Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Heroes of Might and Magic 3 Horny Abyss. It's the Forged in Fire campaign, and Henrietta is rather uselessly positioned, but that's not her fault. We're going to drop her here. There we go. We're going to attack the island of Steed. Steed the Knight, who apparently needs killing, for a reason. Apparently he's dishonored us. You know, and that's just not on. We can't be dishonorable. We can, however, equip our scroll resurrection. We can unequip the crest of valor and the gloves, not boots. And then we can equip the elixir of life, a powerful artifact that will assist us to do many great things. We have a slight issue of morale, however. Is there a way I can resolve this issue with the artifacts I have? Not really. Well, we could just try to not miss morale, I guess. Actually, I've got 2 out of 3 of the mana artifacts. I misspoke last video. Like, there is this pendant of negativity that could be useful. Let's hand that over. Why not? Handing it over is a bit awkward, but I suppose that still works. Let's make sure you've got the correct boots. Is there a... No, there's no temple or anything nearby. Fair enough, there's a fairy ring. Alright, let's grab over that pendant of negativity. That'll be useful. And let's do the quest go. Let's see how this goes, really, because could be quite disastrous, of course. So let us defeat Steed. As you approach the pirate fortress, you realise you're not likely to get any closer to it. There are sheer cliffs ahead, and a nearby impenetrable jungle all around. Rumour has it that Dugdara the Warlock, who has set up shop in the caves, has been frequenting this fortress for some sort of dealings of Steed. Perhaps the sorcerer knows how to get inside. After carefully examining the Warlock's lair, you find a map and then there's an easy-to-miss passage through the jungle nearby that can take you closer to the fortress. That can take you closer to the fortress. Do you want to use it? I will. Okay, we can attack Steed after all. Turns out we did need to go via the caves. Let us attack the Steed. I suppose one issue is my mana is a bit rubbish. And of course we lose. Let us see if we can do better than that. One important thing is, of course, we can test if we can just make him forget everything. We can. And then we can just park our dragons here. Notice how none of these creatures fly. That might be useful. Counter-strike? You're welcome to make your units counter-strike. I am going to shoot them with this bow and arrow. How about, you guys first. There we go. And what about these grenades? They're going to do a very small amount of damage. There we go. So far, so good. This is a fight Henrietta probably could have done, actually. But we'll see, because obviously we have to take arrow fire. So we can dive in, actually, with a few of these units. So we could swoop in, kill the sea dogs. The dragonflies are not going to have quite as good a time, so we're going to not do that. I think with the elixir of life, they can sit and tank it for a long time. Okay, well let's do another spell. Let's bless our enemies. I mean ourselves. We'll just wait with our fast units. Of course, the Quaddles will leave. Oh, berserk is not quite so good. Although I don't have a problem with the catapult being destroyed because it means we can kill them. But he does have a lot of spell points, which means berserk could be a problem. We want to split. I like how he managed to mass cast weakness on the enemy. Are we sitting on lucid pools or something? Well, obviously our mighty Gorgons had a bad day after the lizard warriors just attacked them. I guess we just defend and split to avoid berserk. So that's the main thing, I suppose. We can drop lightning bolts. We can obviously earthquake, but that would then unleash the enemy, which doesn't seem necessary at this time. We could anti-magic the Quaddles. which seems reasonable to prevent them from being hit by problems. So what did that hit? It hit the dragons and the basilisks. Well, I guess I just sit here and just absorb the hit. Kind of just slowly whittle everything down, I guess. It would be nice to not be in a berserk range. Thing is, they can still hit me back. It's not actually enough damage. I suppose I can just resurrect things after the fact. Leave one stack hypnotized. Are they weak enough to hypnotize? Not yet. Well, we can just be patient, of course. Conserve our mana best we can. I suppose they're now unleashed, aren't they, a bit? That's fine, we can actually just kill them here, and then just... that corpse will prevent the gate from opening. So that's fine. Okay. He's still berserked. Do we have a Pendant of Dispassion? We probably do. Because that would obviously make this a bit less silly. But, guess we'll see. Because if we're just cheesing them and locking them inside anyway, it's like we only need to bring, like, 2 stacks, right? That would be the alternative, is just bring 1 stack, park them here, and then just shoot everything down. Let's do that. This is going, like, it's winnable, but we can fight smarter, not harder, right? Like, do we have a Pendant of Dispassion? We do. Okay, well that's clearly the winning artifact over the current one. And I guess we're already here, so we'll just wait a turn. 88 swordsmen. We just clear the cavaliers for funsies. 44 cavaliers. So I guess there's troops here if needed. But, Okay, well let's use our artifacts and our brains, shall we? Because, yeah, we can totally take this fight, let's be honest. I think this is a fight Henrietta should take because she has archery. Probably should have switched boots, but that's okay. Let's switch boots now so no one notices. Okay. Winona swap. We're going to be doing a lot of swapsies. So Pendant of Dispassion. You can have this Sword of Judgment. Let's just transfer artifacts entirely. You can have the ammo cart. So it's going to just be a pretty straight transfer of items. I suppose the key thing is that Henrietta doesn't have forgetfulness in the same way. It's not necessarily a problem. Especially if we've got the ability to make things just immune to damage anyway. So we bring our shooters, we bring our quaddles, we bring our dragons. Do we even need the dragons? I mean, someone has to carry them. Let's see how this goes. Also have a shield. I guess I didn't need to steal your shield. This shield is good enough. I might just get lightning bolted to death now, I guess, because I had swapped artifacts. And I have a lot less mana on this character, but, you know. Auto-combat beats it now, so that's interesting. Of course, tactics means we can actually split our stuff. Okay. So, we obviously can't forgetfulness in the same way, but we can teleport. And we can just res whatever gets shot, obviously, so... Actually, we do have water. Oh, it must be... We're on magic planes. Okay, well, eat that then. Get wrecked. Already we're dealing way more damage because these grenadiers are on Henrietta. So it's like, It's pretty good. Well, this is just free real estate. Okay, let's now cast Bless. He didn't cast a spell at all, so it looks like the Pendant of Dispassion was the key. We did then get Lightning Bolted. So I suppose that's the option. I'd prefer being Lightning Bolted, though, over... I only lost a few Grenadiers. Yeah, this is fine. Unironically. We're doing way more damage with the archers. Morale as well, because, of course, leadership. We're healing against the towers. So we did lose a coatl. So I guess we can start rezzing. Well, actually, what we first do is we cast Protection from Air. There we go. And we just wait on you. Yeah, so even though you'd Lightning Bolt, you kill, like, 2 Grenadiers. Like, yeah, okay. Well done. Might as well swoop in. Morale, you say? Well, the happiest coatls in the world. It's time to start reviving the dead, I think. Well, we'll see about that. I guess we'll start with the coatl. Defend. So we need to whittle these down, so do we want to do the Earthquake Resurrection strategy, or just hope they always hit the same things? Because currently, the Lizard Warriors are too tanky to die from lightning bolts, and it's only the Grenadiers taking punishment, which is fine by me, because we can just res only on one stack. Like so. I think so far, all is well in my world. Yeah. The luckiest of coatls. The Nyx Warriors are on the move. We need to hit them. I will lose some coatls. That's okay, we want to reduce their defense. Alright, so I'm clearly going for the Hypnotize and... I don't have Hypnotize on this character. That's going to make it a bit more difficult, isn't it? Well then. We're going to slow, how's that? That's a good start. Move over there. You move over here. Shoot him in the face. Shoot him again. You don't shoot. We haven't lost any Lizard Warriors, and we can kill them anytime. This is good. Let's start rezzing people. So, resurrection on you, please. Thank you. Defend, and defend. You shall hide in the corner like a scared child. You should also do this. Oh, we lost 2 lizards. Resurrection on the coatls. Can you get out? Yes. I meant to do it on the coatls, I did it on the grenadiers. Alright, you need to run for your life. Excellent, that's a good running. Keep going. You can also run for your life. Alright, so coatl resurrection time. Thank you. Run for your life. Wait, I guess. So we didn't lose any quaddles, we didn't lose any dragons, it's just grenadiers, I think. Because we're not going to out-mana him. I think that's just obvious. So I'm going to have to take a few lizard warriors dying. But at least we keep our grenadiers alive. That's cool. And we can now just finish him off. There we go. Good job, Henrietta. All the war machines are dead. But so is Steed. We captured his pendant of negativity. Well, that's good. Everyone was negative in that battle. So now here is Norrell, which does have Counter-Strike as a spell in the Mage Guild. I guess we can learn that. Do we know that? We do know it on Henrietta. Do we know it on Wynonna? Not yet. I guess we can either scholar that, or we just have Wynonna step inside. So that was a nice result. We can also now town portal here. The Horde of Titans is just going to require a massive army, so that's going to be a Wynonna job. I guess it was on Magic Plains. I can't see any sparkles, but yeah, must have been. So, obviously we want to pick up mercenary camps next turn. And then clear out the Titans and then carry on. And then someone... It could have been Oren, but never mind. I guess HotA might do it. Is see what the Seer's Hut has to say for himself. Well, good job, Henrietta. So, it's going to be Wynonna versus the Titans. And then we immediately town portal to here in order to get the shield. And then we're basically good to break into Practal's office. So, I also noticed it's a quest gate, so you can't leave once you've unlocked it. You've got to make the decision. Well, let's carry on. So, first and foremost, we do have our interesting journey to make of unleashing these ice elementals and seeing what they do. So that's a thing. And obviously once Practal's defeated, we then can just clear the map, right? Where's the shipyard gone? We can't build a shipyard. Well, that's rubbish. Well, whatever. Take the sorceresses. You might as well hire more of the Cove troops. Excellent. That's a lot of Stormbirds. Acids, even. Lot of Oceanids. There we go. Well, these guys can just stay there because they're not necessary. Summon the Boat of Destiny, please. Thank you. You will now proceed to this quest guard. As for you lot, someone's going to need to talk to this seer and say, hey, we did it. That will be Henrietta's job because she actually did it. So fair enough. Okay, that being the case, what's she leaving behind? Well, let's find out. So, we'll want to return the artifacts of destiny. Excellent. We'll put our scroll portal back on. I mean, that was a very useful artifact, the Pendant of Dispassion, I've got to say. It did work quite well. Pleasing to the eyes and ears. Put that on. I guess for now we just put these on so I don't forget about them. We still need the last of them. What is it? We got the Charm and the Talisman, but there was the Orb of Mana. That's what we need. The Mystic Orb of Mana. Yeah. So that's still on the loose somewhere. Maybe that's what Steed's death will accomplish. Maybe that's what we were hoping to do. How many days left has that got? Yeah. Technically you get an extra month over this one to get the Library of Enlightenment. Fair enough. Well, we also forgot to distribute troops, so let's do that now as well. Henrietta can have the weaker factory stacks, and you can take the stronger factory stacks. We might need to do the whole splitting of coatls or something. But, yeah. And I suppose, yeah, let's do some dragons. That'll do. Okay. Henrietta, Please, use your scroll to go to... Marshink is probably still the closest location. No, actually, it's now Drakenmoor. Because we've got that new... do we still boots speed here? We do, good. We've got this new portal. Let's first grab Hypnotize, though, because I'd like to learn that. Also, Winona will have to scribe her scrolls soon. But for now, let's carry on. I don't actually care about these anymore. I'm too wealthy, so... First world problems. Obviously, someone will need to do this mercenary camp before we wrap up too. But let's just continue to apply pressure to the enemy by progressing. Haha! Good progress. Alright, let's swap boots because speed is power. Okay. Oren will move up to his favourite little dragonfly hive. And the other two actually do have things to do. I got too carried away with defeating Steed. Actually was a fun boss, in that I sort of got him fairly quickly rather than having to spend, you know, 20 minutes thinking about it before fighting. So, I'll take the W. Okay, there's all troops in the garrisons as well when I feel like clearing those. Okay, the water wheel is now well watered and wheeled. And over here you go. Let's just gather the troops up. Excellent. Serpent flies, over here please. There you go. Back you go. Oh, Henrietta. I didn't put the boots of speed on you, but that's okay. You now know Hypnotize. Now please go into the teleporter. And this time I will give you the right boots. Alright, Aura. You are going to unlock a quest card of destiny. It's a long voyage, but you're well equipped for long voyages. With your skill of the arts of driving a boat. Alright. Now to swap boots and swap gloves. There we are. Let us defeat the Titans. Which don't go too badly. I was a little concerned. But obviously we can block them, right? So that means we don't have to worry about being shot. So, shield, please. Okay, so it shouldn't be too bad. They're obviously immune to mind spells, but we should be able to do a wait turn, I want to say. Well, these can just defend. So like if I res here and res there, that should then be enough reses, right? We can still make some progress, but... Well, actually, it's fine. I just pull back one of the stacks and res now. Just go invulnerable. Yeah. Dragons can do the work. Ah, blow up this guy. And then shoot him in the face. Thank you. Alright, so now we resurrect you. You don't need any further resurrections. And that should be good. An actual practical use of the immortality as well. Well, immortality. The invulnerability. That's what I was trying to go for. Dragon Scale Shield's a good pickup. It's a nice artifact. You meet an old armourer who claims he owes you a favour. Taking him up on it, he pieces together some dragon scales, forming a well-fashioned shield. Excellent. And the trident? You finally found a well after a long search. Your soldiers could not get the bucket of water out, however. Something was preventing it from coming out. Your banner carrier had to descend in the well himself. It appears that a trident was blocking the way. Yes, it gives us +7 attack skill that we'll never get to use because, yeah. We'll take the attack skill. Who's going to be doing the final fight is a good question. We can choose archery and offense, or offense and air magic. That's the main distinction. There's a few more spell points on Winona. Excuse me. I guess I'll think about it between episodes, but that's sort of the next big question is what's happening there. Let's, for now, have Winona equip her scroll of Town Portal, and Town Portal over to Drakenmoor. There you go. And I suppose we'll upgrade these and unload some troops to get a little bit more speedy. Thank you. Let's have a visit to Kay the Seer. And we'll switch outfits appropriately. Excellent. Alright. The usual logistical maneuvers are underway, underfoot, so on and so forth. Alright. Orin, man who carries bags of gold wherever he goes. He shall set up a tent. What does HotA find? An interesting question. We shall find out right now. Excellent. You have found the 10 ice elementals, and the king is so anxious to see them. Let them go with us, and you may pass. I will. And then we shall save what is in the box. It is an orb of driving rain and coaddles. Useful. Useful items. This, of course, will, well, presumably give us another spell scroll. Where was that other guy who wanted one? Well, there's Linwood. And there was Paige. Is there a third orb of driving rain around somewhere? Maybe. Maybe. I guess we'll find out. Maybe the Steed quest will give us that. That's certainly what we should investigate. Okay, into the teleporter. You might as well grab the mana. That boat is still here conveniently. So, grab the mana. Excellent. And head to the boat, please. Thank you. So many boats. You almost would think this is the Horn of the Abyss, wouldn't you? So we just need to find a place where we can hand this over at some point, but... I guess you could just sail back to a place where there's a town. Like here. Alright. What do we have to say for ourselves here? The sorcerer carefully examines the scroll. So you managed to get a hold of it. I have no idea how, but I don't really care. I could teach you the teleport spell, but in exchange for this favor, I will ask you to give me the scroll. They are of great value, you know. I will accept, and take the spell. In the hut you are met by a wizard, clearly not a local by his looks. Would you like to learn rare spells? Well, that I can help you with. I know the secrets of clone, but I need a book or scroll of this spell so I can teach it to you. I've heard Dark Elf mages haven't a shortage of them, but unfortunately, they don't like to share their riches. Do we have a scroll of clone? Maybe. I guess we can check the Kingdom Overview screen. Oh yes, and we can click in Backpack and see if there's anything here. It doesn't look like it. But we can also click Towns, and that will show us these characters. There's the Mystical Banana and the Driving Rain. I'm glad I looked. My goodness. These are important finds. I wonder if any of you had noticed a long time ago and was like, he's completely forgotten about them, hasn't he? Yeah, absolutely. Well, that by itself was a good find. It wasn't the Scroll of Clone, but it was the Orb of Driving Rain. So clearly there are things that we need to do. We need to deliver. We need to do stuff and things. Let us grab the stuff and things, and troops while we're at it, because why not? Let us requisition. Go forth and gather the Gorgons, because we forgot to do it earlier. Yes. And you. You shall go forth and gather the basilisks. I'm suspecting, again the final fight, I will take the Acids with me, although morale is still a concern, I acknowledge. That is one reason to use Henrietta, is morale. Because leadership. Could be potentially what makes the decision. Okay, well, in the meantime, we can still gather some stuff. So, off to Deadwood with you. We'll make sure the right boots are equipped. Let's grab more dragons. Excellent. Let's then go to Silt, and we'll grab the insignificant number of serpent flies. Excellent. We'll then teleport to Backwater, and a little bit of an order of operations issue, but we'll manage. So we'll grab these lizard warriors, these dragonflies. Excellent. We'll upgrade these ones for space. We might grab the Stormbirds, but for now we'll grab the stuff. Absolutely. Take that. I think that's better than the Orb of Chaos that Henrietta's wearing too. Definitely want this, although I might leave that for Henrietta. So I suppose just let's not forget that, shall we? But we'll take the Orb of Driving Rain, because I think Wynona's the only one who can do that anyway. Okay, back to Drakenmorph with you. Also, I think I left troops here unhired. No, not this time. This time I didn't stuff it up. That's good. Continue in this way, Kilkakon. Alright, hire you and you. Excellent. The army grows as it should. Whatever next, I wonder. So, we do want to basically hand in these orbs. And of course, let's not forget, we want to do Marshank. Yes, Gorgons will come in a few turns, but we want to do the dragons now. We want to make progress. Excellent. We'll do them this episode, why not? Little bit of a treat. Some bonus dragon extermination. Alright. Well, that was still worth doing, though, because more coattles, orbs of driving rain, these are all good things. Also, what am I doing with Henrietta? I can literally just teleport out any time. Actually, I don't want to, because I want to hand in the Steed quest. Yes, that's her goal. Excellent. Alright, Elishar. Gorgons. Let's get the Gorgons. Get out of here. Alright. Genoa. Damakon. Deliver the troops, please. And these 8 Stormbirds can be gathered up as well. And it's time for Wynona's adventure to continue. We forgot to swap the things. That's okay. We'll swap them now. Excellent. Still, it might not be too long before we have the bursting forth of Practal. I don't know when it will happen, but it will happen one of these days, as the saying goes. So let's just make haste. You know, we shall make that one. And attack this. Boot correct boots. We do have that star axis. This should probably just be a free clear. Not quite. But what we can do is we can wait and wait. That went worse. How about we don't do that? Knowing the AI, it would have charged forward with the Black Dragons. Like so. It would have charged forward with these and probably just killed the stack. There we go. By knowing one's enemy, one knows oneself. And by knowing, I didn't bring the Resurrection Scroll. I don't think that's how the idiom's meant to go, is it? No. No, it isn't. But let's fix it quickly, and then we'll end the video. There we go. Now you can be resurrected from the dead. As you always wanted. I didn't realise it would not be quite enough spell power, but, you know, we can manage. Fair enough, that should do it. That's more like it. You can kill them all now. There we go. And here we have the Shield of Naval Glory. You meet an old admiral at the tavern after a few hours full of tales about glorious battles and days long past. He gives you his parade shield. Excellent. We have the 2 items we need to face Practal. The Trident of Dominion and the Shield of Naval Glory. Also, this shield is better than this shield. Let's equip it. Excellent. We're going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. When we come back next time, we're going to consider if it's time to attack Practal, who's sitting in uncharted territory. But, yeah, there's not much else to do, is there? Not really. So, thank you for watching. When we come back next time, more Heroes of Might and Magic 3.